Alright, welcome back everybody. This is part 8 of the Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. We just beat High Lord Wolnir. We're momentarily back in Firelink Shrine and just leveled up a little bit. Also gonna burn some undead bone shards real quickly as well. From those two that we picked up. Oh, what? I thought we had two. Okay, weird. Oh, did I not actually... I didn't actually go pick that one up. Well, that's awkward. We'll have to go back and get that. But first, if we come in here, we'll see that Yol is in fact dead. But there's a new NPC, Yuria.
Oh, I am thanks to thee. Allow me. Another battle bearer for the time.
Alright, now if we talk to her,
Lord,
she's going to ask us about Henri.
Our Lord knows that she
And, talk to us about marrying Henri. And because we have all 5 dark sigils in our inventory, Yuria, she considers us as, you know, their potential lord. We're also going to see, I can't remember if Grey Rat is able to be... No, he can't be sent out quite yet. Alright, so real quick before we advance much further, since I'm a dummy and I forgot to get that other undead bone shard, we're going to go grab that real quick. This is going to be the faster way. Alright, so the ball is back, which means we have to kill the hat dude again. Also, a quick overview of my rings right now. I've got the Estus ring for more powerful Estus, White Sword ring for more attack power when my HP is full, Havel's ring, and the Silver Serpent ring. We're going to quickly come up and get this guy. I'm just going to go right back down. There we go. Oh, it is not an undead bone shard. It's a dark gem. Well, that was a waste. Alright, we are now back at the Wolnir bonfire. We continue up through here. Coming up here is one of the most breathtaking parts of this game. Kind of like the Anor Londo reveal in Dark Souls 1. As we get a view of Irithyll. Simply just... beautiful. I've never been a fan of like snow areas that much, but Irithyll is really well designed, and it's just a fantastic area. We've got another bonfire right here for some reason. Dark Souls 3 likes to do that, and then Elden Ring took it even further, putting Sides of Grace just everywhere. Alright, so there's going to be a little message here that gives us a little warning to sit, and it says to bring a doll to be granted passage. So that small doll we got from the deacons is required to move past the end of that bridge. But as we're going forward, if we turn around, we see this doggo appear behind us. If we don't kill him here, he's going to appear later in the level. So it's better to just take care of him right now. And we're doing some crazy damage. Boom. Pontiff's right eye as our reward for killing him. So this is where Ciri's summon sign is going to show up. That's going to be a little bit later, but just a heads up, it's on this bridge is where we actually help her. This item here, and this wall right here, if we didn't have the doll, we wouldn't be able to go through it, but since we do, we are granted access. Alright, so now we are in Irithyll proper. One of the main enemies in this area are these Pontiff Knights. We can see a little shade of believe that's the dancer. But we see these little shades of both the dancer and Vort as they're heading on their journey that Pontiff Sulyvahn forced them on. I really highly recommend, when we get to Pontiff Sulyvahn, I'll talk a little bit about him, but really recommend looking into some lore about him, because, man, he's a very, very interesting character, and a very evil one as well. Just up here, there's a guy to the right you want to be wary of. These guys can be really aggressive, and if you're not leveled up enough, they can be quite the force to be reckoned with. So, let's see, right now I'm at level 52, so around 50, like, you're going to be just fine. If you're significantly lower than that, then you might be struggling through this area. Alright, we've got a bunch of these, like, slave things that they're pretty easy to take out, but they do travel in hordes. And then we have these fire knights, which can be really annoying to fight, because they have both range and close melee attacks, and that's a grabber right there. That, ooh, ouch! And now there's a second one that's attacking us, so this is very fun. Goodness. We're going to try to get out of range of the second one. Come on, dude. No. Really? Oh my gosh. Seriously, so obnoxious. Alright. Try finger butthole right there. Alright, now there's some Pontiff Knights coming down at this point. So we're going to have to fight two at once. Ouch. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Yep. Bummer. Now, this is what I usually do, is I wait for this little parade of enemies to come down here. So that way the second Fire Knight doesn't get involved. Alright, that should be good enough. Oh, there's an item here I missed. These guys on their own are kind of a joke. Fire Witch, that's their actual name. Alright, we've made it back. This time no messing around. Alright, now naturally the game wants us to go up that way, but there's actually a crystal lizard here. And this railing right here is illusory and creates a stairwell, but be careful, there is a Pontiff Knight right down there waiting for us. And this screaming is from, everybody calls her Doris. We don't actually know if that's her name, but the spell that she's protecting is called Doris's 9. And that's what you get from her when you kill her. Alright, now we're able to open this gate, which leads us back to that first bonfire. Obviously, we don't want to go through all that again, so we're not going to rest. We're just going to keep going. Alright, now when we get up here, we're actually not going to go straight through. First, we're going to check out over here to the right real quick. Where there is an item. Large Titanite shards, very nice. This gate right here cannot be opened from this side. That's a shortcut to later in the level. And we can actually go over here to the left. No item down there. There's also, so here you can go to the right, but that's a shortcut to Pontiff that we'll unlock later. So we're going to come here in this chapel. Over there to the left, there's no item. Don't waste your time. If I was playing online, I would leave a message there saying the same thing. And we've got a bonfire, and look, it is Henri.
Oh, I thought it might. I never got mine for the bill, please.
She gives us the Ring of the Evil Eye. Pretty decent ring. It gives you
I've made
health for every enemy that you kill. And over here is a Covenant item. Proof of a Concord kept. That's a Covenant we'll be able to join here in just a minute. Now, real quick, we're going to go back to Firelink. I need to level up. Okay, yeah, so you'll notice that Henri is gone. And that's because it's kind of dark, but Yuria has sent an assassin who's disguised as a statue back here to kill her. And so, yeah, spoiler alert, we are going to find Henri later dead, so that's the last time that we are able to talk to her. Pretty sad. But again, we're going for that specific ending, so gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, as we come to this part of the level, there are some enemies that are somewhat invisible. You can see there's some, like, floating eyes right there. So, just be aware of these enemies hanging around. Alright, we are embered over here, which means we're going to get invaded. But there is also a Estus shard up here that we're going to grab. Oh, Undead Bone Shard, that's what it was. Alright, and... oh, maybe no invasion? Okay. Interesting. Alright, well, continuing on. Alright, so coming down here, naturally it leads you down that pathway, but we're going to come to the left and get a couple of items over here. There are some dogs in this area, so beware of those. We're going to do our classic shield strategy. Perfect. Alright, now heading down to here. Alright, this area has a ton of those invisible enemies, so beware as you're traversing through. And a lot of them are just like sitting here on the floor and they'll actually try to grab you. Okay, and then as you come over here, oh, there he is. It's like there's one that drops down from the ceiling. And we'll do some kind of special grab attack if he gets you. Luckily, in the dark, they're fairly easy to see. I feel like they're more dangerous when they're actually out in the world. Oh, and there's the grab attack I was talking about. I forgot that there was one right there. Most of the time on a normal playthrough, I actually just skip over these items. I want to make sure get as many as I can remember for this playthrough. Alright, so a few items to get up here. Now we can drop down to this platform, over to this chest. This is an actual chest, not a mimic. And we get Yorshka's spear. And Yorshka is actually an NPC that we're going to be able to meet pretty soon here. Hello? Alright, coming back up here momentarily for another item. Right, I want to drop down here. Ouch. Didn't even see his eyes, what the heck? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and drop down to this area. There's a couple of dudes hiding out here. No. In here is actually, no, not this one. It's an illusory wall. Not that one either. Must be this one? Question mark? Nope, not that one. I promise I know this game. There we go. And there's a good old crystal lizard here for us to be able to kill. And a few more Visibros to take out. Alright, and there we go. Okay, now we can keep moving on. Alright, now in this watery area, you are slowed, which can be kind of a pain. There's also these gross spider-like things. They're not really like a huge deal, but they just kind of creep me out. Rolling through here is not slowed, however, so you can definitely take advantage of that. Alright, so on that bridge, if you didn't kill that big dog, he would appear right here. Which, again, with it being a slow area, it makes things a whole lot worse. So, even more of a testament to the fact that killing him at the very beginning is definitely worth it. Alright, there's a few of these spider things out here. Alright, now we can make our way over here. And we once again have a branch open to us to go 2 different directions. And this is a pretty major branch because these are 2 completely different areas that we'll be able to go to. So the way that we're going to go to continue in this level is through there. However, we are going to go this way just momentarily to grab a bonfire, which is just at the bottom of these stairs over here. This is the Irithyll dungeon entrance bonfire level we'll be coming back to in a little bit. But in case we die before we get to the shortcut for Pontiff, it's definitely good to have that bonfire just in case. Alright, gonna make our way through here. We're no longer in slow terrain. There's more spider enemies in here. And then there's some ashes in here, poop-covered ashes. Oh, looks like one of them dropped an item. Oh well, whatever. Alright, if we come up here, we'll meet our favorite onion knight. He is back. We've also got some Estus soup here we can drink. He's going to give us a spell and also another Siegbrow.
Long may.
And he also gives us free Estus.
Have you a poem that reminds
And
me?
he also tells you about the profane capital where Yorm is, who he is one of the Lords of Cinder, and hints that he has a promise to keep. So, Sigurd, you can... his questline does lead to Yorm himself, and it's pretty cool. So, we'll try to go for that. Alright, up here we got a picture of amazing chest ahead, Guinevere, and there is a Silver Knight waiting for us too. Now the reason I'm coming into this room is there's another Silver Knight up at the top that's shooting great arrows at us. So to save ourselves from getting hit by those, I just bring this guy in here. Now you can farm proofs of a Concord kept from Silver Knights. So again, that's typically an item that you get from doing online stuff, but if you don't want to go through the mess of that, then farming those Silver Knights is the way to max your reputation there. These Silver Knights are fairly chunky. They also drop a lot of Titanite shards. So that is a good thing for us. Makes it easy to level our weapon. Cool. Love bonking the wall. See just tons of Titanite shards. Alright, so this area has all kinds. I mean, a lot of people accuse DS3 of just being fan service because they have a lot of callbacks, but, you know, I don't mind it. Over here, we've got some more Anor Londo callbacks because we get the Leo Ring, which belonged to Ornstein. We get Smo's Great Hammer, which, of course, belongs to Smo. And then I believe this is a Divine Blessing. Yes, Divine Blessing. Alrighty, so that's it for this area. Alright, now making our way up here. Alright, yeah, so a few dogs to take care of. There's another one hiding behind this little structure. Alright, then this elevator is a short little shortcut to that gate that was locked before. So bada bing bada boom. There's an even better shortcut that we're going to try to unlock here in just a little bit. But in case we die before we get there, we at least have that one. I believe, right, yeah, okay. Alright, so up here, naturally you'd want to go into this building, but there's actually somewhat of an ambush waiting for you, so instead we're going to come over here, drop down, you'll take some fall damage, grab this item, and then there is a ladder to climb up. As you can see, it's a lot easier to deal with these enemies as you're coming from above, as opposed to walking in here and then all of them seeing you and coming after you. That item over there is behind an illusory wall that we'll be able to get to in here in just a second. Alright, a couple of Pontiff knives that have scythes up here. They have a little bit more health, but they're not really that much more of a danger. Okay, so we've now made it to the Pontiff Sulyvahn fog gate. We're not going to go in there quite yet. As you can see, there are a bunch of summons that you can take into this fight. Pontiff is definitely one of the harder ones on a first playthrough. He can definitely cause you some issues. If you can learn the parry timing to him, his fight's actually not too bad, and you can do some crazy big damage to him. But so these summons, this Londor Pale Shade only appears if you are part of the Uria and Yol quest line. So if you're following that, then that will show up. We've also got Black Hand Goddard. Pretty sure he will just always show up no matter what. And then Henri also has her summon sign here. I got a couple of hollows up here, so be careful. And then this is the shortcut that I was talking about that makes it easier to get back to Pontiff's Fog Gate. I knew there was more than one. Alright, now we'll make our way over here. We'll let those guys just go off and do their own thing. Alright, now to get the item up there, we actually have to drop down from near where Pontiff's Fog Gate is. Got the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. And if we come around to the edge here... Oh, never mind, there's nothing back there. Okay. Alright, and then this is that illusory wall I was talking about earlier. It gives us the magic clutch ring. And there we go. That is the majority of the items for Irithyll. We just need to take out this Fire Witch for the last one. Go back up and grab that other one as well. Okay. Well, let's go spend our souls on some levels. We can also upgrade our sword again. So we'll go do that, and then on our way to Pontiff. Alright, we're back at the Church of Yorshka bonfire. We're going to take that shortcut that we unlocked to head towards Pontiff. Again, this fight can be very difficult on a first playthrough, but he is very fun to learn, especially if you want to get the parry timings. You just run past all these enemies and go straight in. He also has an amazing soundtrack. Oh, late on that parry timing. That's a bummer. Ouch. Ouch. Wow. All the time I spent on my level 1 run learning to parry this guy apparently has gone out the window. Ouch. If you keep your distance from him, he's more likely to do that jump attack again. Man, how have I forgotten the timing completely? Ouch. I'm dead. Man, I have completely forgotten how to fight him. That was just like a month or two ago that I was doing my level 1 run. And I was just practicing him like crazy. And apparently I've just forgotten everything that I learned. Alright, let's try this again. Nope. Dude, I don't know why I can't remember what the timing is. This is pathetic. Way too early. What in the world? How am I just so off? There we go. Jeez. As you can see, that's a huge chunk of damage. I'm not going to worry about parrying him for basically the whole rest of the fight. I just wanted to be able to show like how powerful that parry is. Alright, this is his phase 2 transition. Ouch. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to create a copy of himself. And at first this can seem really intimidating, but the copy is actually like foreshadowing what he's going to do. So whatever the shadow does, Pontiff himself will do right afterwards. Ouch. they get a combo like that going, it can be kind of tough to avoid. That's how it's supposed to look at the very beginning of this fight. It's supposed to be really cool, just be able to parry him. This little transition allows you to get some free hits in. Boom! Get parried. And that should do it. Basically, a couple of parries and a few other hits is all it takes to take Pontiff down. I apologize for my parry timing being so horrible at the beginning there, but we got him. And there we are. That is Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. So that is it for this part. As we move on to part 9, we're not going to quite continue on from here. We're actually going to go back to the Wolnir bonfire and go down that ladder that we made from the bridge and go to that optional area so I can show you everything that's down there, including a boss. But yeah, I appreciate you following along with this part, and we'll see you again in part 9. As always, like and subscribe if you can. Goes a long way, but we'll see you in part 9, and yeah, we'll go from there.